It's going to be fun. Simone's been on before. Ryan's been on before. So they know how it is. The only thing I say is sometimes just be cautious when don't try to overtalk each other all the time, but it's going to be fine. So a lot of times if you want to say something, I'll really just point to you. I'll be like, hey, Carmen, well, you try to say something. Oh, Ryan Kilgore, you try, oh, what? You try to say something, Ross? You know, so I would do that, and then I'm going to make sure everybody's on the forefront, okay?
Cool.
All right.
Got it.
Yeah.
About to go live now in this mother trucker. Well, y'all, I'm about to get this, man.
I'll be back in 10 seconds. I gotta get the kids pizza.
It's all right. It's all right. We want to see your kids' picture anyway. Battle of the Sexes. What edition is this? What's today's date? 8/3.
Third, yeah.
8/03/20. Carmen. Hey, Carmen, I called K-Dub, right? I called K-Dub. I said, K-Dub,
what you talking about?
yo, the boy, he ain't nothing. This thing could tell. I said, K-Dub, man, you got to be on here, man. You got to, shit, I only did that for talent. I'm not doing it no more. That is crazy. I don't know what it is. I perform. I'm like, come on, K-Dub, man, you crazy.
Keep hitting him up. He'll do it one day. He ain't doing nothing.
Right. Okay, we about to go live, y'all.
When you want it. All right.
So
Still looking.
this. What I'll probably do is play a little music right quick for the people.
The GPS.
And if you're my friend, go on the page and you can share it. All right. So we are live. We are live here.
Take it on. Hear him good.
Let me go ahead and share the page. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dead Sea Battle of the Sexes. It's time to tag people, tag your friends, share the page. That's all I like saying now. Share the page, share the page, share the page. It's about to go down. I'm going to introduce the panel we have here, ladies and gentlemen.
Tag me if you can.
Can you hear me, Simone?
If you can, tag me. That way I can share it.
All right, I'll tag you. I didn't tag you yet, but I'll go in there and tag you. Right
Thanks.
now. All-Star edition right now. So as they're logging in right now, we're at 10. That is great. Keep it going. Y'all see the faces? You see the man in the middle looking like Batman Forever? That dog Rick. We're almost through it, though, ladies and gentlemen. Just share the video right now. We're doing this. It's going to be a dope thing as we do. I always love doing this. So share the video. So as you're logging on, I'm going to go ahead and play y'all some music right quick. Because we're going to just get everybody going. To get in the midst of it, we'll be ready in 1 minute. So just play music while we get here. Hey, Ryan, it's something I wrote, boy. Hey, I'm coming back in the music, baby. Light skin, brother, light skin. Share the video, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sharing right now. I don't got no lyrics, though. Come on, this for you, Rick. Put the lyrics on it. All right, here we go. It's almost going.
Hey!
Rick, are you from Michigan?
Nope, Chicago.
Chicago, okay.
We're almost ready. It's building up. Share the page. Right now, share the page. Like that, Tim, though. Yeah, Bob. That's what we do all the time. We throw them fingers up. That's when you know. Tim's so pretty. That it came out, though. That St. Peasy came out of it.
St. Peasy for Sheezy.
Threw them guns up. All right, now here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just logging back in. Welcome again to an edition of Battle of the Sexes. This is what I'm calling my celebrity edition. And with my celebrity edition, I'm gonna introduce you everybody who we have in front of us. So make sure you share the page. And it's gonna be a great show. So the man with the mask right in the middle is one of the coolest guys that I know. He is a part of my favorite band of all time. My favorite band of all time. He's written all your top songs that you love from Mint Condition. Y'all make some noise right now for the bass player Mint Condition, Rick. Rick.
What's up? How y'all doing?
Feel, man? How you feel? Say something to the people.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm feeling good. What's up? What's up?
All right, man. We appreciate you for being here. We're going to have a good time, all right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Now, this young lady that you see on your screen right now, she is one of my top 3 female comics of all time. But I tell y'all, she is hilarious. And the reason why I call her one of my top 3 of all time, because I know her personally, and she will rock it all the time. You see her on First Amendment. You seen her on Divas. What is it called? Something Divas. Hollywood Divas, America's Funniest Mom. Y'all make some noise for comedian Carmen Barton. Hey!
Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here. I got a million different things going on in my life, so I'm happy to be going back to comedy. I have a big wedding coming up in a few weeks, and I recently lost almost 20 pounds, 18.3 pounds, how much I lost.
Hey!
I'm just excited about life. I got my glow from my tan, my Apple Watch tan from wearing my Apple Watch, and I'm just excited about life. So thank you for having me.
All right. Well, thank you so much there, Miss Lady. Now we're going to go to our favorite friend. You know the one, she always puts it down, Miss Simone Redwine, everyone's favorite lawyer. How you doing, Miss Simone Redwine?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm so glad this is not like a Zoom court hearing. I'm so sick of those.
Well, I appreciate you. Yeah. Now we're going to go over here, man. It's my boy, my frat, one of the smoothest brothers that I know. As you can see, he always has the best background. He got his baby in his arm looking like a Jesus picture, but praise God, we all with him. I was messing with Dr. Ryan Ross, and I asked him exactly what it is that he does, but he always connect people to the people. He always connect everything to the people, get the connections. And when I tell you, he knows everybody, like I said before, from the mayor to the drug dealers to the strippers. Anybody you want to know, he knows everybody in Denver. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Dr. Ryan Ross.
Oh, what's up, man? Happy to be here. Based on your introduction, I need a reality show, so you have to work that out. Get that going for us.
All right, I'll make sure I get it going for you, bro.
You be my stunt double.
There it is. Now, this other man that you see on the screen right now, ladies and gentlemen, he is a national jazz artist. Not only that, he's one of the coolest guys I know. He tours with Stevie Wonder. He has some of the best music that I've ever seen, one of the best live jazz performers that I've ever had the honor to be a part of. And he's a part of the Vent Session Band. Not only that, we met on the set of Daddy's Little Girl. Y'all make some noise for national recording jazz artist, Ryan Kilgore.
Up, everybody? Hope all is well. Good to be here.
Oh, okay. He don't got sexy on me. Then he knew the voice. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, this is my homegirl for over 8 years. When I moved to Minneapolis, was on the radio. I had the opportunity of, we was all out. We had to have some great conversations with this young lady. Then she took herself to Atlanta, made a lot of good things happen for her. She's an entrepreneur. She's a motivator. She is a public figure. And she was also on the first season of Ready to Love. Y'all make some noise right now for the beautiful Tiffany Kirk. Hey!
Thank you, Shad. Thank you, Shad. I'm actually in Minnesota right now for 2 more weeks before I head back to Atlanta. I've been quarantining with the family, but I'm looking forward to getting into tonight.
All right. All right. Now we're going to have a good time, ladies and gentlemen. So now that we're back to it, you know the situation, y'all. Y'all go ahead and y'all can ask us the questions that you will want to do, ask the questions. And just so you know, we got my man, Shad Bennett. He's on the line. Shad, I'm going to make sure I bring you in. He is the sponsor. And tonight, somebody will be winning this excellent bottle of wine. This bottle of wine is sponsored, tonight's show is sponsored by Uppity Negro Wine. You see what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. It's a great, great story behind this. And Shad, he's going to be on later to talk about it. But this is Black Cherry. He has a lot of great flavors. And that's what we're doing right here. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know how we do. We're going to get into the questions. So if you like your question answered, please make sure you go ahead and start putting your questions in the timelines. But I do have some questions that people already inboxed me. And we're going to go down the line. And I will also ask them to you guys. Now, I'm going to start off with you, Carmen. And everybody can answer. But I'm going to start off with you, Carmen. Now, what somebody had texted me, and this went in the inbox, they asked the question, do you feel in 2020 men are more sensitive than ever before?
Oh, hell yeah. I have never seen this amount of sensitive men. It's just ridiculous. Especially with social media. You got men that mad because they ain't get enough likes on their pictures and sensitive and all in their feelings. And I'm like, but man up, you know what I'm saying? Right. I think the perfect example of the Sensitive Man of the Year award is going to go to what's the guy's name? Entanglement.
Oh, August Alsina.
This sensitive nigga. Lord have mercy. What is wrong with you? I mean, women have been doing this since the beginning of time. You know your place. You deal with a married man. You get what you can get out of it and you move on. I think it's like maybe 3% of married men leave their wives to be with the side chick. Mm-hmm. And I think for, women leaving their husband is probably even less than that. Mm-hmm. So what did you think was gonna happen, baby? You thought she was gonna leave her man and be with you, boy? Now you mad, so you want to tell all the business, and you want to, I agree. It is difficult to sell records this day and age. You know what I'm saying? So you do got to do what you got to do to sell records. But I'm talking about this man is Mr. Sensitivity. I looked at him. I felt bad for the boy. I'm like, Lord have mercy. This poor boy is really, truly heartbroken. You know what I'm saying? It's different for women because that's how we kind of built. You know what I'm saying? We're built to keep our hopes up high and to think that we can be the one and all of that. And don't get me wrong, I ain't above none of it. I'm 44 years old. I done been the main chick, the side chick, the baby mama. I done it all. So I ain't above none of that. I'm not knocking nobody. But what I'm saying is for a man to be that sensitive, to come out and then turn around and write a whole song about it. Oh my goodness, he wins the Sensitive Award. So he's the perfect example of how sensitive men are these days.
All right, well, Simone, I know you won't say something. I'm gonna go to the people now. Simone, you always keep it 100 with us. Do you think men?
No, I would definitely agree. I would definitely agree. I think Carmen captured it perfectly. I think he is the best public example. I had an example. I was dating this person. He was poor. I caught him in a lie. He was lying about having a job because I couldn't figure out why he could never pay for nothing. And I caught him in the lie. He bust out crying. He busted out crying. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, give me your healthcare card right now. I'm gonna call your little raggedy HMO and get you a therapy session because I don't care about any of this. It was just really ridiculous. Like he was 40 years old. And he was like, I just said those things because I didn't think you would like me. I don't like poor people. I'm too old to date a poor man. I'm barely coming by as it is. So, it was just really, really strange. It was real strange.
All right. Now, Tiffany, we're going to let you because, Tiff, you on it. And you know how we do. Now, we let the ladies go before the men really come in on it because we really got something to say. So, Tiff, I don't know, do you think in 2020, and we're going to get these questions going. So, ladies and gentlemen, right now before Tiff answers, please make sure that you share the video, man. Share the video right now because this is going to be getting real good, this conversation. So, Tiff, do you think the men are more sensitive in 2020?
Yeah, it's a lot of them that fell out the closet that you thought was tough, and they done broke down. COVID broke them down. I mean, they're not in control of running the house no more. You know, their fancy little cars and jewelry they used to flossing and getting attention for. Ain't nobody paying attention. So I have seen a few guys kind of break down because of COVID, because ain't nobody checking for them right now. And then they can't date, you know, so get frustrated because ain't nobody checking for them, and girls is turning them down because of COVID, and they ain't trying to, you know, hang out or whatever. So I've definitely witnessed firsthand that some dudes have been broken down because of COVID.
Well, all right. Okay, ladies, you had your opportunity to say something. Fellas, come on, Ryan Kilgore. You want to say something? Who want to get on this? Who want to get on this train? Ryan Ross or Rick? Which one of y'all want to get on this train?
Hey, man,
No? Okay, come on, Ryan Kilgore. Tell me what's going on. Do you think men are more sensitive in 2020?
Yeah, unfortunately, they are, man. Or I think it's one of those things where a lot of people, you know, have been clout chasing. I mean, you remember back when Instagram did that little shaking of the tree to see how many followers you really got.
Right.
To me, it's equivalent to that. You know, it's like people thought that they were, you know, like they were saying, you know, kind of doing their thing and they could flaunt and, you know, do whatever. But once you get to the crib and everybody's kind of in their own little zone, then you start to see how people live. You start to see what they really got. You know what I mean? Or, you know, just a lot of stuff, man. But a lot of it has been, to me, has been through the music. It's been through the entertainment, you know, through all of those different type of innuendos of demasculating the man, you know, even within the men, even within men, you know, back in the day, man, you would fight and then you'd be like, all right, we boys, let's go play basketball. Right. Now it's a whole nother thing. So it's just kind of crazy to see August and all these other different people that's kind of going through.
Man, I'm ashamed that August is doing this, and that's my month. That's my birthday month.
It sure is.
I mean? I'm mad as hey, Ryan Ross. Let me tell you how mad I am. It all started when they started wearing them dang skinny jeans. When them little jeans got tight, that's when people got sensitive, Ryan. What you want to say, Ryan? Then we gonna go to Rick. What you got to say, Ryan?
Man, I blame Deion Cole and the Old Spice commercials. You know, we talked about sensitive. So, man, I come from an era, you know, my uncle's phrase is some men run their house, some men run around their house. And there's a lot of run around happening out here right now. It's a lot of cats not stepping up. The skinny jeans is cutting off the testosterone or something. I'm not sure what the deal is, but it's all bad out there. It's an epidemic.
Right. And it is, man. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's like you see a lot of sensitive, like some of these dudes is pretty as hell. That's all, I'm gonna put it out there. Some of these dudes is pretty as hell on Instagram, and you know they need to get punched in their chest. We uncles and fathers have stopped punching these boys in their chest. That's all I'm gonna say. Rick, what's going on, boy?
To save some lives.
Right, right. Rick, let me unmute you, man. My bad. Can you hear me now, Rick? So he gets it open.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
You.
What's up, Rick?
Oh man, well. I didn't really follow that whole thing, what's going on with August and stuff like that.
Right.
But I mean, he's a writer. Okay, first of all, let me just break it down to y'all like this. We're beginning to see that a lot of people are just tripping out all over. Everybody's going crazy from being in the whole situation, you know, being in the house. We're seeing people, you know, call the police on people. So we are beginning to see that most of the like there's a large percent of people that have some type of mental issues, and so we're probably seeing it with him too. But he's a writer, so when you're a writer, you're supposed to write about, you know, your you know, what you're going through. And so if he was going through a situation with her, I mean. Mm-hmm. That's what writers do. That's where, you know, writers get the influence from, is to write about situations like that.
Well, you know, Ron Artest has mental issues and he ain't sensitive. So
Yeah, it's a whole new level of bitch assness. That's all I gotta say.
Right. Hey, you're not supposed to tell. No, we ain't gonna even talk about August. We're not gonna do that right now. We're not gonna do that.
I just want to piggyback off of something that Ryan Kilgore said, because I'm actually in Hollywood, and one thing that he touched up on is the whole agenda to demasculate the Black man, and that's definitely a real thing, especially out here in Hollywood. How they encourage men in a dress, and they encourage the cross dressing, and they want to make it seem like you can't be funny unless you acting gay or acting like a girl, or doing feminine type of things. And it's just really disgusting and ridiculous how you get people who want to have success in this industry so bad that they fall into that, and you look up and they have on the dress, or I mean, comedians have been doing it. You got the biggest comedians that have done it. Martin Lawrence did it. A lot of people have done it and done it well. And Jamie Foxx, one of his biggest breaks was in Living Color, and he was cast for that strictly off of his character Wanda. And so it's always been around, but I think that it's just beginning to get absolutely ridiculous, especially with the social media and with the things that's going on. And I just commend, comedians like you, Shed, and comedians that can still be funny and maintain their dignity and masculinity. And I also wanted to touch on something else that Simone said. It was really funny when you on point. And it's to the point where Tyler Perry.
Wait, no, go ahead. They ain't seen it yet. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry.
On you.
but he has actually retired that character, because I guess he said it's so many of them out here. Let me just let this person die. So it's just crazy.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll be honest with you. To be honest with you, though, I don't know what you're talking about.
Shit, is that you with the dress on? Look at you.
Yeah, that's me. I don't know what you're talking about. I had to wear this goddamn dress, and I'm masculine as hell. You hear me?
How much money did you make to put that outfit on? And you look just like
Hey, but do understand, Carmen, it was enough for me to put that goddamn dress on. You just gotta understand that.
There you go.
Checks still coming in. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
So can you enlighten us a little bit about this role while I'm up here talking about how masculine you are? Tell us what happened. Why'd you do it? Did you like it? How was the experience? Did it take long to take the makeup off? Do you still have the wig? Like, where's the dress? Come on, talk to the people.
Talk to the people. Tune in next week for all of this. This is about Battle of the Sexes. But I talked about, but to make a long story.
You're losing the battle, Shed. You're losing the battle right now. I need you to understand that. You're losing the battle.
All right, so this how it happened for me, Carmen. So I always, you know what I'm saying? It was a situation when I was in Atlanta and he saw me. And at first I was neglected. I was like, man, I ain't gonna do that. I talked to my grandma. My grandma's like, that's a character. You know what I'm saying? That's a character. It's not you, it's just a character. But then once I went in there and talked to them. They told me how much I was going to get. I said, what size is the dress? What is, and I didn't care because I knew nobody would know it was me. You know what I mean? That was my thing. Nobody knew it was me. It was me like 65 to almost 75% of the time. Ryan will tell you. I did the stunts. I did all of the stuff. You know what I mean? But nobody knew it was me. Like, I'm talking like, girl, if you don't stop popping that gum right now, I'm going to call you 911. I did all of that, everything, but that's just how it was. But
so you were a stunt double for Medea.
Right, so I did the stunts, but sometimes it was me. The only time it was Mr. Perry was when it was real close up, because you gotta understand, he had to direct, he had to do so much other stuff. And a lot of times he played Uncle Joe while I was Medea. You know what I mean? So that was it. Like even in the last movie, Funeral, sometimes I played Heathrow. So I was one like, you know what, get in the car, So it was like different things. So to me, that was still the same character. My mindset wasn't that I had to do that. You know what I mean? It was just a character, and that's how my grandmother told me. Now, my grandmother said if I was out here just in the streets doing it, then it would have been a problem. She would have called me a choir director.
You were acting.
Right.
So it's a little different, but you still losing the battle. Go ahead.
Let's move it on, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're going to have some questions that's going to be coming on, and we're going to have a great thing. Big shout out to Lasha, who's watching, Keneva, Jasmine, Elizabeth, Amir Johnson, Honey just got in, Sally J just got in. So now we got the question we're going to have. What do you believe 5 key factors to a successful relationship are? Who wants to start that off? What are the 5 key factors to have a successful relationship?
I'll go.
Okay, Carmen.
The first one is trust. I think that, you know, I kind of put this sometimes even above love, because it's really not difficult to love, to find love. It's something that you have, but to really have trust, you know what I'm saying? It's something that's very, very difficult to gain and to maintain. So that's definitely one of the 5 major factors. And then 2 is love. To genuinely love someone. A lot of people overuse that word, and they feel like it's just such a common thing. Oh, I love him. Oh, I love her. And they get so caught up in the physical aspect of a relationship that I think, you know, people ain't really focused on love. So we got love, we got trust, and we have understanding. For me and my relationship, I think one of the key components is understanding. I'm an entertainer, and I dated for a long time. I tried to date for a long period of time, and I was unsuccessful because a lot of men don't understand the entertainment industry, don't understand how this business works, don't understand that I have to travel all the time, and that I have men friends, and that, you know, I may have to sleep in my hotel with another guy. You know, they don't understand these type of things. You know what I'm saying? But thank you. Somebody caught it.
I'm a comedian. I never had to sleep in another hotel room with another woman. I wish I did.
You also not no woman. You're not no woman, so.
No, that's too far. But no, seriously though, it's a lot to this business, and you have to have understanding. And you have to have compassion. I think that that's another element. And a lot of people think that, you know, only men should have compassion for women. Women, we should also have compassion for men. You know, men, they've been hurt. They can be hurt. They can go through things. They have emotions. They have feelings. And so compassion is definitely, you know, up there as one of the 5 components. And then I think that the final component probably is sex. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if you're not happy in that area and you have all of the areas, then you can risk breaking one of the other areas, like trust or like compassion. Like, you compassionate, but you ain't hitting it right. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not working out. So.
All right. Okay. So let me ask y'all this. If everything else is cool, but the sex is not good, are you staying in a relationship, or are you going to cheat in the relationship?
It depends on how bad the sex is. You know, I have one of my very good friends, Christian woman. She met this guy. He was really, really nice. She's the only person that I know that waited until after marriage to have sex. He courted her. He was a great guy. They got married. And on their honeymoon, they didn't have sex. It was so much going on because of the wedding and everything like that. And so she thought it was it. Come to find out, his thing didn't even work. You know what I'm saying? Like at all.
Oh, that happened to me before.
I mean, like, come on.
That happened to me before.
So it eventually ended their marriage because she was like, this, you know, where's the lawyer at? She was like, this man done married me under false pretenses. We were unable to know.
Hey, Simone, tell us your situation, how it happened to you before, Simone.
And I would just say, legally, you have grounds for an annulment, which is even better than a divorce, because the annulment says, under God's eyes and the law, this shit here did never happen, okay? That's what you can do if the dick don't work. Yes. So in mine, the guy, like, okay, I thought he was just being chivalrous and stuff, and he was waiting. We dated for a number of weeks, and then he invites me to the Caribbean and we go to the Caribbean. And so, he do it to me on the trip or whatever. And I was like, something is awry here. This don't make sense. And then in the bathroom, I saw that he had his Cialis. Okay, he had just got it filled the day before. So I was like, that's why he wasn't trying to do it to me. He didn't have his medication. Okay, because he had a lapse in his Obamacare, right? So he was self-pay. So, he couldn't get everything that he needed. But long story short, I was like, this ain't what I want. Oh, and then he tried to blame his problems on me. And that's where I had to draw the line. Because I was like, no. I am not your problem because you filled this prescription before we ever went together. And that was problematic. But then he paid for the trip. So he asked me to be his girlfriend while we laid up in the bed. And I had to say yes. So I had to just that shit for like that.
Hey, so Tim,
common courtesy.
Tim, come on in. Tim, tell me, is sex a deal breaker? Like,
Yes.
would you stay with him or would you go cheat?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'll cheat, but I'll probably leave him because that's a very important element of any relationship. That's what's gonna bring you back together when you got hit a rough patch, and it's a bonding experience. And so I'll say this: size does matter. If that's not working, and I don't mean like ridiculous, I'm just saying regular, at least regular. So that's important. Then,
Wait, Tim, you on the spot. What is regular?
I'm just saying it
I
can't.
don't know what that is.
It can't be. It can't be. It cannot be. Okay.
Size does matter.
I know that's what it is.
Got to be able to
Protesting.
with a little something. And the frequency. You cannot be somebody that thinks we're going to, it's going to happen once a month. It's just, you got to be compatible in that area of how often both of you want it, because somebody's going to be unfulfilled. So frequency, size, and the stroke, you can work on. I'm going to leave it at that.
But you better say it. Fellas.
Wait,
Yeah.
I just want to define regular real quick. Chad, can I? Regular size.
Regular?
This is very important, okay? It doesn't mean big, it doesn't mean small. But y'all remember Michael Jordan, he used to do the commercials for Ballpark Franks, okay? It got to plump when you cook it. That's what I'm saying. It got to plump when you cook it. If it don't plump when you cook it, it's not ready. I can't use this and it's not done. Is that fair? Is that reasonable?
That sounds pretty reasonable to me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Balance of Sexes. It's sponsored by Uppity Negro Wine. With these conversations, it's a great story behind it. My boy Shaw Bennett is on the line, so once you see his comments, like his thing, because y'all can win a bottle of this tonight. Will be shipped to your house. So with that said, fellas, is sex a deal breaker in your relationship? What'd you say? Right? Ryan Ross, what'd you say?
Hey man, peace out.
Peace out.
What the song? I'm saying bye-bye. Look, man, to the points I already made, man, it's a bonding experience. It's important. It's a revival of happiness. It's a part of self-care, right? Like, it's important. So if it doesn't work, and it's got to match, there's got to be some balance. Like, can't be boring. Got to be able to be spontaneous, maybe a stare, a floor, whatever. It's got to go down, and whatever that looks like for you, it's got to, if you're not equally yoked in your religion and in the bedroom, it ain't gonna matter. It's not gonna work, period.
Well, all right. You want to say something, Rick or Ryan? Kilgore? What about you, Rick?
I mean, I don't know why everybody makes it so, so taboo as if it doesn't matter. I mean, we all know that it matters. It's like when your bladder gets full, you go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? When you sleep, you go to bed. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's a part of, knowing yourself, I think is more important, knowing what you like and being able to express that to the person you're with. And then be open to exploring new things. You know what I mean? I think that's what keeps that fire. Back in high school, college, it was a different mindset. And I think sometimes as we get older, we lose that mindset of the spontaneity, being spontaneous and, keeping the fire going. And, life can hit you sometime, but you got to learn as a couple, you got to learn how to reset, and figure that out. But yeah, it definitely matters. Who wants to, I mean, it's like dating your sister if it doesn't happen. You know, it's like, who wants to date their sister? You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say that, but I appreciate
So I'm
it.
saying, I'm saying from the standpoint.
Never
I'm
done
saying
that
from the
one
standpoint
before.
I
of,
just said like college roommate, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
college
like,
roommate. Yeah, I
you
got
know,
it.
but I'm saying you wouldn't date your sister, right?
Right?
So,
Hell no.
Right.
Rick, what you want to say, Rick? What you got?
Hold up. Let's go back to the one young lady talking about, you got to be able to, let me sleep in the room or in the bed with 2 other guys and be cool with it. And you just got to be fine. Oh, no. We're not going to be fine with that. I'll get you your own room. I'll pay for your own room.
All right, that's good.
You ain't gonna be sleeping in the room and I tried to call you. Oh yeah, we went to bed. No, that ain't happening. But I mean, sex is definitely very important. But it really depends on the situation, like what the woman is going through. Because sometimes being in a relationship, you got to be down with the roller coaster because she might have a kid and that might change some things. And so you just got to be in it. If you're gonna be in it, you got to be in it. It's gonna be up. It's gonna be great sometimes, and then sometimes, she might be going through something where she don't feel a certain way or something. You just got to go through the ups and downs.
Right. Well,
but check this out. Hold on. But what's really important to me is less of the mouth. I mean, I just think it's somebody complaining all the time and you're doing this, you're doing that. You left the cup right there. You need to move the cup. The door is open too wide. Can you close the door a little bit more? I like the door like this. All that shit kills a relationship and that shit ain't fun.
Right. Now see that's what I'm getting into now. What are some of the things in relationships that we do or people have done in a relationship that kind of irritate you to a point where you just be like, look, I'm out. I just can't deal with this. What are some of the little things that you like? Sometimes we find small things, and I'm gonna say this. I'm be honest, Brian, you know who she is. Sometimes we find small things when we don't want to be with somebody. I had a situation where I didn't want to be with the girl, so I found one. I said she ate her wings too fast, and I quit her. And Ryan was like, because like we look for little things to get out of a relationship, but what are some things that men or women do that really makes you be like, man, it's like deal breakers? Besides the normal cheating and abuse and all that stuff, what are some things? Who want to come on?
Tiffany, let Tiffany start.
Then Tiff, come on, Tiff.
Okay, this is petty, but your shoe game gotta be right. Maybe that's not something you do, but shoe game just gotta be right. Okay, that's just something for me personally.
Right.
All right, my son can't be walking around in better sneakers than you. So that's something. But other than that, switching up when they're around different people, I can't stand that. Be the same person you are, whether you're around my girls and my homies or yours. Don't try to throw me under the bus. Don't try to start some type of a conversation that we've already had to try to, get other people's input and put me on the spot kind of thing. So I think this being inconsistent around different people can be a big turnoff for me. That's a couple, but the other ones are just inconsistent communication patterns for me. That's a deal breaker all around. If y'all saw me on Ready to Love, don't do inconsistent communication patterns. Like, be who you are. And if there's something that comes up, communicate that, but let it go. When you say nothing and then try to pull the crazy card, that's a deal breaker. So that's just a few.
All right, Simone, you let us know. Do we gonna go to Carmen? Do we gonna get to the fellas? Simone, talk to me.
All right, got it. All right, so number one is hitting below the belt. If I tell you something about me and you try to use it against me when we're arguing, like, that's why you got daddy issues. Nigga, no, that's not why I got daddy issues. I got daddy issues because I should have been to therapy years ago, okay? Be quiet. But then also, it's these two go together in my experiences, which is trying to change me and being controlling. Like, there are certain things about me that, like, yes, please help me improve. Like, I'm late all the fucking time. I'm very, very late. I'm messy. I'm disorganized. Yes, please help me with those things. But like, to try and change me to be like, oh, you're too friendly. Nigga, that's how I met you. You had a belly, but I was hungry and we were sitting at the bar, whatever. So, you know, don't, like, in the controlling thing, I realize comes from like a sense of fear, right? They fear that I'm going to meet somebody better than them and go off and leave them. I remember this one dude, this was a guy who called the cops on me, so I should have known he was crazy. He was so controlling. We were at like one of those movie theaters where that serves food, and I ordered dessert. And he was like, how dare you do that? I was like, what? He was like, you know how I feel about physical fitness. I was like, do you think I'm fat? And he was like, no. He was like, you know how I am about being healthy and a healthy lifestyle, and to order a dessert like that is disrespectful. I was like, I think I need to break up with myself. I was like, I'm gonna dump me for you because I clearly can't make you happy. And then he wouldn't even let me dump myself. It was stupid. But those three.
All right, Carmen, come on.
First, I want to say that I totally agree with everything Tiffany and Simone said. I love y'all. I don't even like girls. I love the women. They killing tonight. Everything they said was just so on point. Mine is really, you know, deal breaker is typically really bad baby mama issues, you know, and I experienced it, and it, you know, it was kind of, I don't know, that's how I guess my fiance broke through, because all the deal breakers I was willing to work with him with, but like nobody wants to deal with drama, and you can always, you know, tell when it's going to be some drama. So like drama, like get your baggage together, get your stuff in order. Nobody wants to deal with all of this drama. Get this little stuff under control before you start dating. And two is, this is something that it's the littlest thing, and it's so petty, but it drove me crazy, and my man worked on it, and I'm glad that we worked it out. But he has this thing that he does where he doesn't screw the lid on everything all the way. Like he only screws it like just enough for the lid to stay on. Right. And like I've lived by myself for a long time, and when we got a place together and everything wasn't, I thought I was gonna lose my fucking mind. Like, why the fuck is the soy sauce not screwed all the way on? What is wrong with you? Like, everything would like be screwed on like halfway. Like I grabbed the alcohol, the damn top fly off, and it's alcohol, and we're like, what is wrong with you? Like that drove me crazy. Like I was like Simone said, you need to go to therapy, because it's something seriously wrong with the fact that you don't tighten the lid on things. And so, you know, we talked about it and we prayed about it, and now he closed it a little bit better. It still ain't tight, but it's
Wait, Carmen, you said you prayed about it?
We prayed about it. I'm like, I'm about to leave this man alone. The beard oil is loose. What is going on? Like, why is this stuff loose? I don't understand it, but it's a little better now.
Rick, so what is the deal?
And I would also just like to say, ladies, I just want to say real quick, Shed, with the child support stuff, that is so true. Ladies, don't forget that child support stuff is public information. You better pop his name into the online court records so you can see what that child support order look like. Just make sure he got an order. If he don't got an order, don't do that, because when you come in the picture, she gonna file child support on him. It's gonna be a whole nother thing. Just make sure he got his affairs in order.
Ladies and gentlemen, the benefits of having a lawyer. The benefits of having a lawyer on the line.
Let me just tell you, Simone. I'm gonna let him go, but I recently thought I was a lawyer because I was in and out of court for an entire year. I won 5 court cases. I had 5 different court cases dealing with a crazy ex. 5.
Wow.
She was trying to get child support. She was trying to take this man joint custody. She lied and said that I was abusing the child. I done sued this bitch for malicious prosecution. I done sued this bitch for defamation.
Get her.
Baby, I'm like, I need to go to law school, baby, but
come back to the light, Caroline.
I got you.
Come back to the light.
So we gonna talk. I might need to hire you.
I'll hook y'all up. I'll hook y'all up. Hell, I'll hook y'all up. Y'all.
Definitely.
Rick, are you unmuted? Come holler at
Oh
us.
yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here.
Rick.
Man, a deal breaker for me is like beating up every girl that comes up and says hi. You know,
Beating
I'm
them
gonna
up.
meet
You
people.
Said, wait. You said beating them up.
Yeah, beating them up. You know,
But
like
damn.
checking and cold checking every girl that just pull up. I'm like, I'm at my job, you know. And I'm like, the girl's supposed to come up to me right now. It's
Right.
okay, you
Right.
know.
Just let everybody know he got good dick. He just let everybody know. That's what happens. He got good dick. He just go crazy. Who the fuck is that saying hi? What is wrong with this bitch speaking to you?
Hey, Rick.
Hold on. And you know it's on. Once they get to when they get to doing this.
Right, they start clapping.
Doing the clap. Yeah. You like it's about to happen right now.
It's about to go down.
Like, oh my God.
Hey Rick, you see that?
Yeah.
Me telling you all this. This is coming from the woman who sleep in hotel rooms with other comedian men.
That was a joke. I was making sure y'all was listening. That was a joke. I would never.
Oh, okay, all right. Which one of my Ryans gonna come in first, Ross or Kilgore? Come on, Ross. I see you already unmuted. Come on, Ross.
All right, yeah, I am cracking up. Y'all are crazy as hell. So yeah, deal breakers. You know, I think silence, right? Silence and that whole I'm all right when you're really not. Like, just say what the hell's on your mind. Like, what's really going on? You know, expect people to guess and figure it out. Like, I ain't Cleo. So
Right.
if you say I'm fine, then guess what? I'm rolling like you fine. If the space presents itself to communicate, you gotta communicate, right? I think the second thing probably is expecting that, you know, somebody's responsible for your happiness, and when you are, you know what I mean? Like, you can't, nobody can make you happy but you, and then you share that happiness with other people. So if you're sitting there waiting on somebody else to make you happy rather than sharing that, that's the deal breaker. And then I think the last thing I'll share is space, right? You gotta allow some space. Like, let me miss you, you know, what you got going on. I don't want to see you all the time. I don't want to talk to you every day. I don't want to text you all the time. Like, do your thing, and then when we come together, we do our thing. But like, I'm not on parole. I'm not checking in with the PO. You know what I mean? So you shouldn't feel like that.
Right. Well, I like that, man, especially the space. I mean, there's a thin line for crowding, and you know, it's just a thin line that's right there. Like, I like to spend time, but sometimes I want my space. Like, you know, especially when you had your own place and you had, you've been by yourself for a while. You know, sometimes you just don't want to be just all the, you know, this is, you know, it's cool to an extent, but like, I don't know, maybe I need to go to therapy hell. Yeah, maybe I need to go do something. Kilgore, what do you got to say, Kilgore?
Yes, sir. Man, there's so many people said some good stuff. I agree with the space as well. And the two people in the relationship having, you know, their own identity. You know, I think sometimes so many people get with people because, you know, of somebody else's spotlight or somebody else's success, and they try to live vicariously through that. And I think for me too, at being an artist, being a musician, sometimes, you know, like how Rick was saying, you know, sometimes you're definitely gonna get that attention. But to me, the sexiest thing is you having the confidence to know that just because this woman came up to me and spoke to me, and she might have on a freakum dress on, but out of respect for you, I'm still gonna say hello, you know, as a fan, but know and trust that I'm gonna respect you and not do anything, you know, disrespectful, you know, in that moment. I wrote a song actually called London Bridges.
Right, I know.
So I was dating a chick, and you know, I had gigs. I've been gigging since I was 14 years old. So this is all I know, you know, is playing the sax and performing and stuff. And she wanted me to give up a gig or something, or, you know, like to come not do my gig to do something else. And I was like, she was like, if you had to choose between me and your sax, and I just started walking off.
What?
He was like, where you going? I was like, I already made my decision.
It's
like
Ryan,
Rick.
Ryan, have y'all seen that? Have y'all seen that? You blow the fingers up and you do that Homer Simpson
Yep. Yeah. Basically, no doubt. And yes, I it actually inspired me to write a song. You know, and in the middle of the song, she's like calling me, and I'm like, man, you asked me to choose between you and music. Like this is what I do. This is who I am. This is all I know. And not to say that I can't support you, but I would never ask you, knowing that you're that passionate about what you're doing, or you know trying to be successful at something. I would never ask you to choose between me, you know, and what God gave you. And so, you know, to me, it was
like that, brother. I like that. Now, if you're just now tuning in, we have a panelist, a all-star panelist and celebrity panelist who we have. We got Ryan Kilgore, national jazz artist, tour with Stevie Wonder. Just a philanthropist. He got his own stuff. Also, Dr. Ryan Ross. You know, he's one of the go-getters. He's the man in Denver, Colorado in itself. He's a man in other cities, but Denver is where he calls home. So he rubs elbows with all of the who's and the who's got it. Then we also have Simone Redwine. You know, I love this girl dearly. The lawyer / I so much stuff I can say about her. She is great. Then we have Carmen Barton. That's my girl. Hey, Carmen come through, y'all, on her outfits. Carmen outfits be point. Them girls, she be selling. I think she sells more outfits that she wear on stage than she get for the show. That's how cold them women be on them god dog outfits.
I definitely do. I definitely do.
Right.
It's all about making everybody feel like a star. So they look at me with it on, and then, you know, I make most of my stuff available for them to purchase so we can all feel like a star.
There it is. And we're going to give you a chance to tell people where they can purchase and go to. Tiffany Kirk, Ready for Love, beautiful philanthropist, entrepreneur, do a lot of stuff. She's originally from St. Paul, Minneapolis, but she resides in Atlanta. Thank you for coming. And also the one, the only, the living legend, my man down there, Rick from Mint Condition. He's on the front line. He does a lot of stuff, man. I really appreciate y'all being on. Now, I have one more question, and then, you know, it's almost time to get off, but I have one more question for you guys. What, and we'll start with you, brother, Dr. Ross. What is the one thing people do in a new relationship that may mess it up?
They show up fake.
They what?
They show up fake.
Ew.
Right?
Say that again.
Just be yourself. Because in 60 days, when you can't keep up the act anymore, you've wasted your time, her time, all of that. Just be you, do you, and you know, if they can't vibe with that, then they can't vibe with you. You shouldn't have to change yourself to be with somebody, and you damn sure shouldn't change yourself. You know what I mean? To get somebody, because it's not gonna work out. Be you all the time.
Come on, shirt. Come on, Facebook post. Come on, Facebook post with a shirt. Simone Redwine, what is one thing people bring to a new relationship that they should?
They ask about who else you're dating. Don't do that. Ladies, don't do that. You know why? Because he was dating her because he just hadn't met you yet. That's how I see it. So don't worry about who else he's dating. Just focus on yourself. And if you guys have the right chemistry, you're going to be the last one he's dating. So asking too much about the other women that he's currently dating before you guys are exclusive is problematic, because you're always in the back of your mind going to be wondering about those other situations. Now, it's different if you guys are committed. When you're committed and you're asking about those things to just learn more about, you know, their experiences, that's one thing. But when you're in that stage, when you're evaluating each other, don't worry. Don't ask about who else he's dating, because it don't matter. Just be your great self.
Go ahead, lawyer. Court adjourned. Court adjourned. So Ryan Kilgore. Then I'm going to go to Ryan Kilgore. Then I'm going to go to you, Carmen. So Ryan, same question to you. What is it that you think people take to another relationship or the next relationship?
Assumptions. I think assumptions, assuming things, not asking questions, not getting clarity on things, not to get too deep, but you know, I think a lot of times we have this fantasy of what we think a relationship is. And again, I had to go back to entertainment, because this is one of my theories, is that, you know, you have a movie, right? And the typical movie is the man and woman bump into each other in the park. She's dog walking or something crazy, or she's reading a book and, you know, they run into each other. They hit it off. They go out on a couple of dates, or they run back into each other at a party or something crazy. They hit it off. They smash in the bathroom. Then they living together. Then he gets a job opportunity or she gets a job opportunity. They break up. She leave. They come back 2-3 years later. You know what I mean? Like, it happens that director only has an hour and 50 minutes, 2 hours to make this story be a story. And I think people just kind of come into the relationship with these, you know, unrealistic high expectations as well as unspoken expectations, expecting the other person to be who they saw or the fantasy that they've created for themselves, and just assume that you know what they want. And then when you ask, they don't even really know what they want because it's based off of fantasy.
Do you think, and I think that was great, because I think that people put their expectations on others, what they expect people. They see the potential in somebody that they, you know what I mean, that the person may not see in themselves. But the one thing that my uncle always told me, he said, do you know what potential means? I was like, what's that? They ain't done nothing. But he said the S word. He said potential means they ain't done shit.
Right.
So it's like every time you say somebody got potential, they ain't did nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what it's based off, though. That was a great answer. Come on, Carmen, bring it on home, Miss Lady, Miss Engaged.
I want to commend you for your lack of use of profanity. That's very, very, very good. Someone once said that use of profanity displays a lack of vocabulary, which is bullshit. But I still find it when you're a comedian and everybody else is, you know, cursing, for you to be able to do that, then I just commend you for that. So anyway, I kind of want to piggyback, to answer your question, I kind of want to piggyback to what Dr. Ross said about being yourself. One thing that I ran into when I was dating was men that was always trying to be funny, because I'm a comedian, and they felt like they wanted to impress me and be funny and, you know, all this goofy shit, like, oh, like, it's such a turnoff. It was just such a turnoff, you know. Or when they would try to like help me, like, oh, you should try this, or you should, let me tell you, no, I'm fine without you. I don't need your help. I know what I'm doing. You're not gonna be funnier than me. Just stop it. Like, oh, like that was like my biggest pet peeve with dating. And so for a long period of time, I didn't tell people that I was a comedian because I didn't want to go through this. So I would tell men that I was a stripper. And then, you know, just kind of see, you know, their reaction and kind of see how that worked. And then when they would be expecting me to like do stripper shit, I'd be like, okay, I'm a comedian. And so
when they expect you to step up to the plate.
Right, they like, go there, go Paul, go ahead and get that. I'd be like, I'm really a comedian.
Well, all right. Now, Rick always got some good stuff to say, Rick, man. So what do you think is something that people bring into the next relationship?
That they shouldn't. I mean, well, you know, trauma is always. I know I sound like I'm a doctor. So I'm the doctor of the team, but definitely, I mean, you know, just, you know, trauma. Oh man, that's one thing. There was another thing I had, but I might have lost it. I think if you're gonna get into, if you're gonna date a real woman, you gotta come correct. You can't be BSing. You gotta like, you almost gotta like, you know, you almost gotta be real and just, if it's the one you want, you gotta give up the keys, you gotta give up the password, you gotta come correct, or don't even mess with it at all.
Yeah, that's real, man. That's real.
I don't know if y'all agree, ladies. Do y'all agree or what? I don't know.
Well, I know
I've never had a password to a man's account or gone through their phone, because once I get to that point where I feel I need to check, I don't need to be with them. So
Right.
that's just my theory. But I like a man that would offer that up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually a great thing.
That's good. Well, I know Carmen, she just wants somebody to close the lids flat all the time, tight. She wants, but you know what? So I'm gonna answer it now, man. I think that because this is something I'm be transparent with y'all. This is something that I had to deal with, and that that's meaning that I have to heal myself before I move on. The one thing that I didn't do was heal myself and make sure I was good. So then when I got to the next relationship, it didn't work. You know what I mean? And it wasn't, even though we could have been compatible, I haven't healed from previous stuff. Like recently, I'm be honest with you, recently I was in, I talked to my grandfather and I didn't realize that I hadn't mourned over my mother's death. Remember Ryan, she passed in 2008, I flew back, and my grandmother's death. So I would be distant. I wouldn't let nobody get close to me to love because I was afraid of losing them. So I was at a point where I didn't realize that until I really had to have a conversation with my grandfather, and really speak to a therapist to explain to me what was going on in my life, that the reason why, I had some great women in my life. It's just unfortunately, I wasn't healed enough to be able to do the things to make the relationship successful. So that's the one thing that I would say is like, make sure that you're good and able not to carry that baggage on to the next situation. So,
hey, Shed,
yeah,
I just to your point, I want to just add one thing to that healing piece, and that's also admitting that you're not that you're broken, right? Like that's a big part of it. You know, like, hey, I think you're dope, but we got to take this thing cruise control because I'm still, you know, like I'm not in a great place for you yet, but I think you're dope. And so if you're willing to work with me or willing to slow down, you know what I mean? Being man enough or being woman enough or just loving yourself enough to say, I'm in a vulnerable place right now, is everything, right? That's going to make things so much easier because somebody understands where you're operating from and what kind of standards you're dealing with, so they know how to deal with you and accept you for you. I mean, that's just so important.
Right.
Yeah. Can I just add to, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Tim.
When we were talking about the 5 things that were important in any relationship, self-love is really at the top, and we don't talk about that. You can't have a successful relationship when one of the people are broken, and we all have trauma we have to deal with. For the first time in my adult life since COVID, because I'm just in a different place, I've gotten therapy because there are traumas that I have not dealt with. And so I think that in order to be successful, like you said, Shed, in any relationship, you've got to be right with yourself, understand where your triggers come from, understand why you gravitate towards certain personality types, and how that impacts you, you know, in your relationship. So I just want to say self-love is one of the key ingredients to any successful pairing.
That's dope. Dope.
Definitely agree. I dealt with that as well, you know, dating somebody, you know, where I actually said that, you know, and I realized after my grandmother passed, that I was in this emotional bubble, you know what I mean? And it looked clear from the inside, but it's very cloudy on the outside looking in. And you're trying to be in a relationship where you're trying to be with someone because you don't want to be alone right now, you know, and I've been guilty of that. And I was so proud of myself to be mature enough to say to her, hey, you know what? I realized I'm probably not going to be a good boyfriend. You know what I mean? Because, matter of fact, I was in the kitchen and I was like, and God was like, she's a wife. And I was like, ooh, I'm not a husband right now. And so that probably means I'm not her husband. So let me back off because I'm going to mess up somebody's wife because I'm being selfish about her.
For that. But most men, we ain't gonna, if we ain't hit it
no,
yet.
it took a lot.
If we ain't hit it yet, we ain't.
It took a lot.
Lord, you died for my sins, Lord.
Right. No, it took a lot, but I've seen enough. I've seen enough of those joints on YouTube where the woman did crazy stuff for a man. I've seen the unsolved mysteries. You know what I mean? All these spots where because you weren't honest and she took it way more serious than you did. And here's the other key thing to that is men and women are brought up differently from a mindset standpoint. So when we're little boys, we get a baseball, a football, a Tonka truck, a race car, track. You know, we go outside and play in the field. A girl is given a kitchenette set, a baby doll, a stroller, you know, a wedding dress, a princess, you know, all these things. So by the time you're both 25, you know, she's in a different place than guys are. We're ready to have fun, you know, and do stuff.
What do you think? Now, not to cut you off. I know we're supposed to go, y'all, but now you don't open up a whole can of worms. Do you think the double standards is crazy nowadays? Do you think about double standards? Because, you know, like stuff that men to do or stuff a woman to do or whatever is always double standards. How do y'all feel about the double standard? Do you think that is crazy now, or what are some double standards that you feel is not fair to women or men?
Man, well, it's, for me, it's really blurred, because like now when I look at TV or I look at social media, I see so many confused people, you know what I mean? And so the things that used to be, you know, used to be a certain way that a man, you know, was chivalry, you know, like little things like if we walking down the street, it's just indoctrinated in me to not let you walk on the outside.
You want to say it, Carmen? Say the word again.
It's indoctrinated, you know what I mean? Like it's a part of my DNA to open the door. You know, it's a part of my DNA to say, "Oh, let me."
You are up.
No, but I stopped.
Anybody else want to say something? Ryan up there schooling y'all. What do you want to say, Carmen?
I agree. I think the whole double standard thing that is really beginning to irritate me so much is this whole Me Too movement and abuse thing. And, you know, you have all these situations that are coming up where these women are coming out and they're saying that they have been sexually assaulted, and they have all these stories, and, you know, they don't want the man to go to jail or suffer any type of consequences. They just want money. And it's just driving me crazy. And I think what upsets me so much about it is because there are real, true victims of sexual assault and of men using their powers, men in powerful position, you know, strong-armed women to get things that they want sexually, whether it's little things or big things. And you have these women that are only out for money and only out for attention.
Yeah.
And they're overshadowing the real victims. And it just drives me crazy. And one thing about me is that I stand for the Black man. I stand for the Black man. I stand behind the Black man. I support the Black man. And I just think that there's so many things that are stacked up against Black men. The judicial system, the education system. It's just, it'll be a whole nother Zoom. But to kind of sum up what I'm saying is that, you know, you have, you know, these women that lie, these women that manipulate, these women that make things up, and they use the system to their benefit. And, you know, and the whole concept that a man can be a victim is the double standard that I am. I'm just so fed up with me. I don't believe that in any situation should a man, you know, put his hands on a woman. But a lot of times women provoke men. You know, women do things, and women hit men, women abuse men. And I was always raised, and I raised my children. I have 2 sons and a daughter. And I always raised my children. I've always lived by, if you can hit someone, you need to be prepared to get hit back. If you're going to hit someone, you need to prepare to get hit back. And that just doesn't go for women. You know, women can do whatever they want to do. They can say whatever they want to do. But the minute the man loses control and acts on emotion, it's a whole Me Too movement. No, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't want to take anything away from the real victims, because there are real victims. There are real women who, you know, who get abused and who get in situations and, you know, abused mentally and physically. And I don't want to take anything away from them. But it's those bad apples that's spoiling it for everybody, because they can't get the attention. And that's why they don't want to come forward, because all these line helpers trying to get money, you know? So that's my whole spiel on that.
Right. Well, thank you so
much.
Man.
Hold on.
Come on, Rick.
Let me go next. Okay. Hey, well, I'm working on an album right now. My album is called Truth Behind the Lies. And the reason it's called Truth Behind the Lies is because people lie. I mean, man, and some of my album is speaking truth to power. And I got a single out right now called Pray. If you just do a search on all platforms, Rick from Mint Condition, you will hear my new song that just came out. But part of my album talks about someone using the system to actually, you know what it is? It's basically women see black men being treated a certain way. And I'm not saying, you know, not all women, but some women, you could see how black men are being treated. And that's why they're picking up the phone, calling 911, because they know they can sit up here and sucker punch your ass and do whatever, and then call the police on you. And they know, they see how you're getting treated every day. The system is going to believe the woman.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wrote about 2 or 3, maybe 4 joints about that, because I got friends of mine that have 0 criminal records. And you would assume, you know, you have a 0 criminal record that you're going to get some justice in court. You know, 9 times out of 10, you're not. But there, you could run across a good judge, but that could be 7 to 10 years later.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you didn't been caught up into this, you know, this system. And I think it's something very important that we need to fight next, is changing, making sure if people are calling the police, if people trying to ruin other people's life because they're not getting it no more, because they're not getting the D no more, and they're not getting that lifestyle of, you know, being able to walk in clubs, VIP, you know, travel the world. It's not okay because you experienced some trauma, you know, as a young age or whatever happened to you, to take that out on every man that you meet and to enter them into that system when they've never done anything wrong. That is not okay.
That is great, man. Tell people how they can follow you and get all of your music platforms, sir.
Oh, definitely. Well, I just started my pages, so either you can go to Mint Condition official Instagram, or you can look up Rick from Mint Condition.
There it is. That's my guy. Appreciate you coming on, man. You always come through in the clutch for me, baby.
Oh yeah, man. You know how we do it.
Hey, I'm gonna tell this story right. Well, I'll tell it later, but hey, Ryan. So my first when they Rick was the one that had me be able to host my first Mint Condition concert at First Avenue. Boy, when I tell you to be able to host that at First Avenue in Twin Cities, man, if you never been to a concert, Mint Condition is my favorite all-time band of all time. I don't care what it is. They put it on. Rick does his thing, man. Big shout out to y'all, man. I just want to say I'm forever grateful for all the things you hooked me up with, Rick. I really appreciate
you, man.
bro.
Thank you, brother.
Right. Okay, so we're going to go down the line. Carmen, if you can tell people where they can follow you, where you know, to grab your stuff and everything.
My Instagram is Carmen Comedy, CarmenComedy. And I'm back on the road, so I'll be posting flyers of my cities. I'll be in Memphis and Jackson. I got a lot of stuff coming up. And I shut my store down for now until after the wedding. And so I have, what do you call that? I have highlights. And my highlights, I have a weight loss highlight where it shows my weight loss journey. And I also have a wedding preparation highlight where it shows a lot of the preparation stuff for my wedding. So follow me and support that. Thank you.
All right. I can sing in your wedding. I can feel it coming from a mile. I know the words. It's all right. God bless your ministry. Come on, Ryan Ross. Tell us how they can follow you and what you got going on, brother.
Right on. You can follow me social media at DocRyRoss, DocRyRoss, and also at ULF Colorado. Urban Leadership Foundation, we do leadership development for African Americans, emerging and arriving leaders of color. We do a lot of community service, taking care of the community. Just put about $85,000 back into the community since March because of COVID. We got a big event coming up September 22nd. Hit our website, www.ulfcolorado.org. We're going to have an online event. It's kind of be like the BET Awards. Check it out, support us, donate to us. You can do all of that at the website. Want to say big shout out to Shaw Bennett from Uppity Negro, who's on the line right now. He is the official wine of the Urban Leadership Foundation of Colorado. Yeah. So just had to throw away all my wine yesterday because that's all I'm drinking now. So Shaw, thanks to you, appreciate you, and it was just a joy to be with all you guys on the panel. we hit y'all up individually. Maybe you guys could be a part of our event somehow on the 22nd. So, but yeah, make those donations so we can keep doing this work, y'all.
All right, man. I really appreciate you. Let's go to Simone Redwine. Miss Redwine.
Hey, y'all. All right, so my Instagram is @Simone Redwine, my real name. And then my website is girlisthatlegal.com. So please check me out on either of those. I still got to work on my website. Like, you know, it's COVID. So I got to work on, I got budget issues. You know, if someone wants to volunteer, like, fixing that shit, I'll take it. Peace be to you and God be the glory, because you
All right. Ryan Kilgore, tell me where they can follow you, what you got going on, brother.
Man, well, all across all social media platforms, Kilgore Music, last name Kilgore. Also, you can follow the Kilgore Music Foundation. Very excited about what we're doing, the work we're doing there. And what I'm working on right now, really excited. I just actually directed my first music video for the album. So the foundation will be launching its first album. And it's just to bring awareness of how important music, you know, music's important role in the enrichment of the human spirit. You know, a lot of times entertainers, you know, and I've, you know, played in front of millions of people, but at some point I had to realize that music was so much more than just entertainment. And so with my foundation, we focus on people that are forgotten about. So children's hospitals, senior communities, prisons, substance abuse places, you know, so things like that. But this album that I'm working on will definitely embody my production, my writing, more than just sax. I got about 11 songs. I haven't even put any real sax, you know, like major sax on it. It's just been mostly trying to create the sound of it. But I'm excited about it because, well, hopefully once we get back to a normalcy in terms of schools, our goal this year would have been to hit up 100 schools. And so as I tour and go around, you know, on my days off, I go and visit, you know, middle school bands, you know, youth orchestras, different things like that. Just encourage them to say, hey, man, I'm an example that I came from a band room or, you know, spot like that. You so crazy.
Every time Ryan talk, I feel like I'm burning sage.
You so crazy, man. But yeah, I mean, that's what I've been focusing on during this quarantine, is just trying to get the foundation on point with this album. And hopefully we can encourage younger musicians to, you know, use their music to help create a different atmosphere on this planet.
All right, well, I appreciate you, brother.
Yes,
now
sir.
we're going to, last but not least, we got my girl, Tiffany Kirk. What do you got going on, Tiff? Tell them how they can follow you.
Yes, so I'm at I am Tiffany Kirk on Twitter and Instagram. My Facebook is private for family and friends only, so I don't have that open to anybody else. But I want people to follow also the project that pulled together in Atlanta called Project Restart. And you can follow it at Project Restart ATL on Twitter and Instagram, and then go to www.projectrestartatl.com. This is for offenders that have criminal backgrounds. We're looking for 25 to 35 applicants. We just opened the application phase just yesterday. The program will start August 25th. It's just teaching them self-love, how to overcome systematic and personal barriers, entrepreneurship, education pathways that are open to them. Atlanta Tech is one of the partners. Then employment, so we'll have employers that are felony friendly. So we're at the end of the 10-week virtual program, they will take one of those three pathways of entrepreneurship, education, or employment. And then they'll have a chance to pitch for capital, because that's usually the missing link. So we got 20,000 raised so far for them to be able to pitch with a solid business plan, be able to get that funding so that they will be successful. So that's projectrestartatl.com. So thank you.
Man, y'all got to give it up to everybody on this.
Tiffany, I want to support you in that.
What I want to do.
Tiffany, I want to support you in that. I forgot. I saw that a few weeks ago. Oh, just real quick, Shed, Tiffany, my law firm is actually called myrecordisclean.com. I do something similar, but I want to support you in Georgia, so we'll talk offline.
Let's connect. Thank you. Looking forward to it.
Well,
yes, absolutely. I seal and I expunge criminal records for Texas office.
We need you. We need you and anyone connected in Atlanta. So we will definitely chat about that.
Awesome.
There you go.
Okay.
Well, y'all know if y'all need me for anything, I'm only a phone call away. Everyone has my personal number. But what I want to do right now, I want to bring in my boy Shad. We want to see if we can talk to him just for a second, because everybody is talking about the wine, right? Everyone is asking about the wine. I just want him to tell you what it is for a quick second and how you can purchase it. And everybody on this panel gets a free bottle of wine. He's going to ship it to you yourself. Everybody else, welcome. Sean, what up, boy?
Guy.
How you feel, man?
Oh man, I'm blessed. I'm here.
Yeah. Now, answer this for me. Explain the concept of uppity Negro. Why you call the wine uppity Negro? And how you can purchase it. Everybody on this panel. Yeah, you might want to turn your phone down, whatever it is that you.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I sound sexy.
What up?
Right, there you go. Explain to us the concept of.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay.
Now, answer this for me. Explain the concept.
Sorry, it's lagging. So the uppity Negro comes from.
You might want to turn your phone down.
Turn it down. Hold on.
There
you
you
go. Now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why it sound like you saying this shit twice?
Because I'm an uppity Negro. I am.
Hold on. Let me move this shit.
You gotta turn that
surround sound, premium sound.
I thought I was bad.
Just turn your phone off, honey.
Right, he's about to come on.
Okay, so listen,
so
uppity Negro comes from me being in the neighborhood, Park Hill, and everybody, basically from the sports I used to play. I used to play soccer, lacrosse, golf, and I'm light-skinned, and I kind of articulate my words.
Throw your phone in the house. Just
can y'all hear me?
In the house. Yeah, we can hear you, but we also hear us talking.
Oh, that's for you doing that,
right? Cut your volume down.
Yeah, cut your volume down. Sorry.
No, it's your phone volume.
Hold on, it might be my shit. I don't know how to do this shit.
It is.
All right,
that is correct.
Go ahead now. You got it.
Am I good now?
Yeah.
No, put your on mute.
My phone's gone.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the phone. It's okay, man. Just go ahead. Just go ahead and talk to us right quick. Make sure you put your information, Shot. Put your information where people can purchase it in the comments, okay? Put it in the comments.
Yeah, we'll talk later. I'm going to ship everybody a bottle. I love what y'all doing. I know y'all can hear yourself talk.
Yeah.
I love what you're doing. And
I got you, man. I appreciate you. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my boy Shad right there.
Thank you.
Huh? Yeah, so he's going to ship everybody a bottle.
I said thank
so we're going to
you.
make sure I get the address where you want the bottle shipped. He's going to ship everybody a bottle. And, ladies and gentlemen, make sure we're going to go on the comments line and let everybody know that somebody on the comment line is going to win a bottle. So I just like to say thank you to all of you. If you need me for anything, hit me up. If you need me for anything, just hit me up. This is what it's about. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Tune in next week. It's going to be another Star Study. I really appreciate everybody that came through. God bless you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody. Great to meet everybody.
All right, y'all.